Libra, how you doing? So this is really weird for me because this is the new camera that I've been doing the vlogs on, and I thought I would try doing the tarot on it and see what it's like. So I don't know what the audio or what the visuals are going to be like. Hopefully it's better and it uploads a little quicker. So how you doing, Libra? So we're going to look at what's going on with you and your partner, do a you versus them from the 14th to the 21st. What's going on with M? What's going on with M? M, what's going on with you? Because I definitely keep hearing, well, what's your problem? Well, what's your problem? Well, there's got to be a problem, and if there is, then I'll solve it. So something to do with turn out the lights and I'll glow. So Michael, I'm also hearing Michael, or like, what's wrong with you? Like, is there something wrong with you? I don't know, wrong turn? Like, I took a turn for the worst. I don't know if someone's ill or facing some kind of illness or something to do with around the doctors, looking to see if there's going to be a result of something. Like, I believe it's going to be the worst result, okay? But like taking a turn for the worst. Also keep hearing Turner, Tina, the name Tina or Turner. Anyway, let's see. So Libra. Sorry guys, I can't show at the moment. I'm just going to be really looking for your tarot because it might not record. So Ricard, Ricky, Rachel, I'm also hearing Rachel. 14th into the 21st for Libra. So wow, so you got the Magician in reverse. So there is no beginning, there is no new start. Again, you guys, Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, are more than likely still saying no. There is no start, there is no way back. Okay, so something like that, or I'm waiting to go back to work. Some of you are fearing the fact that you have to go back to work, but like something is around your work sector is what I'm hearing, and I'm worried about going back to work. I'm wondering if I can continue to do this. So what I'm hearing is that somebody might have had some time off, and that when they start again, okay, Jen, Julian, Jason, if they're going to be able to keep up with doing what they used to do, because I'm hearing, I can't do what I used to do. Now, I don't know if this is because of an illness or whether it's something that you're looking to go into the field of, like medical or any kind of medicine, but like, or you might be looking for medicine, because this would be a healer, and I'm looking for some kind of medicine, but I don't know if what I was taking is working or if it will work. Okay, so it might be where it's pharmaceutical. It could be something to do with around the doctors or clinics and stuff. But for some of you, I'm hearing like, I can't do what I used to do. So like, I'm just starting work again. Okay. So some of you could have had a very long overnight stay or something, like we've had a long period off work and now I'm going to have to go back to work. I don't know if I can continue to do what I used to. Okay, so this energy here of what I'm feeling is possible self-doubt, like I'm doubting the fact that I can start over again. Some of you it's Jen, Jennifer, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, but I don't know if I can start over from ground zero because I may not have anything that's helping me. So it means that for a lot of you, like there could have been a loss, okay, and it could have been, or Laura, okay, there could have been a loss, and it could have been financial, it could have been definitely within your relationship sector, and because of that loss there's an energy of grieving and getting over it and starting a fresh new life, but definitely feeling as if you've been spiritually violated by a person for a lot of you, like where spiritual stuff is just getting to the point where it's like of no return. Okay, so I might be doing things and I'm putting stuff out there, but I'm not getting any return for my investments. So for a lot of you, like if you're investing a lot of time and effort into something and they're not giving you the results and you're not seeing the result, there might be a change in one's medical situation, and there might also be one's self-improvement, like I need to improve something that much that it's a slow start. Okay, so if any of you it's spiritual work and something really isn't going according to plan, it's kind of like I'm gonna have to go back to ground zero and reevaluate everything to look at me doing something possibly different. Okay, but I definitely keep hearing for a lot of you that there could be a hearing and it might be court related. Okay, and it's not the fact, it might be dealing a Pisces, a 3 or a life path 3. Okay, but for some of you what I'm hearing is that when you go back to work I have to start over a fresh new life. Okay, and that I may not have done this for quite some time, and now I'm going back, I'm worrying the fact that I might not be able to keep up with my workload because I haven't done it for a while. I keep seeing like a diner, like an American, the name Diane or Danielle, but like an American diner or something like that, right? And I keep seeing it in my head of someone working at like Hooters or like an American diner or a cafe or something, right? I'm also hearing a cafeastrology.com or something, so something to do around astrology, okay? But I'm also hearing someone in a cafe, okay, and that I haven't done that for quite some time, and I'm worried the fact that am I going to be able to continue to do that anymore, okay? Because I haven't worked there for a while, I haven't worked for a while, and because I might be now considering going back to work, because I haven't for a while, is everything going to be all right? But I'm also hearing something to do with around astrology, okay? So it might be what's going on with astrology, or some of you are doing something around astrology. But what I'm definitely hearing is that because of the Magician being in reverse, it might be making you evaluate the situation of where you're at, which means that if things are not working spiritually with a soulmate and also spiritually as in work, and it doesn't seem to be working, then there's an energy of needing to reevaluate oneself of what I'm doing, because if I'm doing that and hitting, like, I'm just really not hitting my deadline of money, or I've got a deadline of something that I really want to achieve in my life, or the name's Steve, okay, but I've got an achievement of something that I really want to achieve and a goal, but I haven't achieved it for so long. Okay, and it might, I'm also hearing mischievous, so it might be because some of you have children and they stop you from physically being able to work full time. So some of you are looking to possibly work part-time, like get part-time work. I can only do this part-time. Now if this is anything spiritually related within YouTube, okay, because I'm kind of picking up those signals, that takes a lot of work. That's not like I can only do it part-time once a week or something. No, you have to do it daily, every single day, okay, in order to get noticed by the algorithm. So it's a daily process. So I'm definitely hearing Arthur daily, something to do with around a wheeler or a dealer, okay, something to do around drug dealing or dealing, okay, double dealing, double deuces, dice, also I keep hearing dice, like die or D, anything beginning with D. But for some of you, like I said, you keep trying to do something spiritual that may not be designed for you, and that is the trouble where everybody watches tarot. And I'm not trying to like dishearten everybody, but everybody thinks that I'm supposed to be spiritual because I am. I'm going to do this as a job and that's going to work out 100%, or the name Rob or Robin or Robert. But it, you know, it's designed to be blah, 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 everything that everybody may think. It isn't, you know. So it's a lot of hard work, it really is. Because this is spiritual, is what I'm picking up, that something that I may be doing spiritual, I'm kind of like, my calling is changing, okay? Or my calling keeps calling me, but or Michael keeps calling me, or Michelle keeps calling me, or anybody beginning with E or M or Emily, but something to do with like it keeps calling me and it keeps calling me and keeps calling me out, or meow, Alison, Al, Ali, Alison, Cat, Ali, Cat, something around a Leo, but it keeps calling me out all the time and keeps calling me out on all of my bullshit, and I can't get past the Taurus or Sagittarius. Or Steve, and I can't get past Steve because he always calls me out on my bullshit, and I would rather something that is truthful and honest than an absolute pile of shit. So what I'm hearing is, well, he keeps calling me out on all of my bullshit, or she does, but like everywhere do I go, does everybody always call me out on my own shit? Okay, so something like that, I don't know what it's for, of like someone that always calls me out on my shit, or that's what I like, okay, is being honest. Okay, like me and my vlogs, there's a new vlog that's just come out, Libra, I don't know if you know, but I've posted it on the discussion page, I've got it in the link in the comments and also in the show more section. Honesty of vlogging, honesty, straight up honesty. Okay, so it's funny as shit, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there, farting on my girlfriend and shit. So like you might like it. I mean, Libras are good for a laugh, but you might like it. You can find it on the channel, but I'll talk about that at the end. Let's find Jim Morrison's something to do around a supermarket, or someone that works in like a hotel or a supermarket, okay. Morrison's here is called, well, it's called Morrison's. There's Tesco and there's Morrison's. So I'm picking up that someone might work at a supermarket chain store where they sell food and stuff like that, and it is something that is going on around one's rota, being asked to do extra hours, or like changing my shift and my jobs, and I don't like my job change. Like, somebody has told me, my boss or someone has told me that my job is going to be changing, and I don't like the fact that my job's changing because I'm used to doing this, and this is where I want to stay, and this is what I want to do, but it's not helping me grow. And if I'm not pulling my weight or I'm not doing anything, and people around my work sector, because I keep picking up work, like things around my work sector, and people are moaning and complaining, I like doing this, but my boss told me that I can't and I have to do something else, and I don't want to. And I think a lot of it is coming across as slightly manipulative towards other people, okay? Because I definitely keep hearing like, yeah, but you're good at that, and or like, no, but I'm good at this. I'm good where I am. I don't, or the name Goodwin or good, but like, I'm good where I am. Like, I don't want you to move me. Like, I want to stay where I am. Please don't move me. I want to continue to do this. But I think that externally coming from this card, where it's bothering other people, okay, where it's bothering other people, where like at my work, I seem to be getting like everybody else's workload, and if you're not and other people are getting your workload, then it's something like, I can't keep up with all of the workload that you're giving me because you're not pulling your weight, okay? And I really do keep picking up that it's something around being changed rota of job, or around Rob or Robin or Robert, okay, or Robertson or Steve Robinson, Tina Robinson, something to do with around a driving taxi company that drives children, and it's around swapping people's rotas around is what I'm picking up. So you could be working for a taxi service or something that works with children, but like some kind of rota is being changed. Someone's changing the game up and like, I want to do something else, like, or like, can you do something else please, Libra? And you're like, no, I'm not in agreement with that because I've worked here for ages and I don't deserve to be moved. I want to stay where I am, for a lot of you, okay? So for a lot of you it might be around your work, okay, and you might be forced out of something because there's an energy of the Magician being a force to be reckoned with, and it's more like, well, what do you reckon if you want to do this? Okay, but I'm also hearing like, you come in like a wrecking ball, and like a Taurus or Sagittarius, and you come in just to wreck everything for me because everything was set up just nice, and then you go and wreck it. Something to do with that, or a racket. Someone's making like a hell of a lot of noise, or like just it makes too much of a racket. Like, that's what we say in the UK, Libra. I really hope that this is recording because it's a very small screen. But let's see, we're testing you out, Libra. So Libra, from the 14th until the 21st, Four of Cups, you see, I'm unsatisfied. I don't want to move. I don't want to budge. I'm staying where I am. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. I can do this. No, you can't. Like, you're gonna have to start, moving and doing something here. You'll be dealing with a Scorpio or an Aries energy here. Sorry if I'm not showing you the cards. We're gonna have to do the professional bit. But like, I don't want to move. This is not fair. Or like you've had an affair and you're seeing someone else and that's unfair as well, or someone feels spiritually attacked, like it's an unfair advantage, and like everybody always seems to be getting a one up, and I don't, something like that, right? But for some of you, your ex or someone keeps contacting you all of the time and you don't like it, like you're spiritually been violated here by a karmic ex, like you've gone through the absolute fucking wars, Libra, here, and spiritually you feel as if you've been turned upside down, okay? And it could have a lot to do with astrology, but it's kind of like that, being real frustrated and fed up that nothing really seems to be going my way, like relationships, fucking working, like I'm just bored, I'm fed up, like it's like this yearning of wanting to do something different, and it might be where you're forced spiritually to start doing something different. People's callings, Libra, they do change. This is why I'm also doing vlogs, because I love vlogging, okay? And I find editing vlogs and adding my own music and stuff to that and all of those kind of things, I'm finding that more thrilling at the moment than what I am doing this. But this is my main job, but I have 3 channels, right? But this is my main job. But I don't think hear Rob or Robin, but sometimes, and a lot of people's calling changes, like they feel like a change of job, they feel like a change of appearance, they feel like doing something else, because I've done it for so long that, this isn't me, by the way, I'm continuing to do tarot, don't worry if any of you are worrying, which I doubt you are, but sometimes some people get that frustrated and fed up with what they do at work that they do it just for a living. That's it. It's kind of like, look, I'm doing this for a living. That's it. I don't want no involvement with anybody else. Please just leave me alone. Spiritually, it's my job, it's my work, so don't ask. Okay? So something around spiritual stuff, around worrying, or not worrying, but like other people are going to take that from me. Like all the work that I've put in towards something, that someone else is just going to take that from me. You're not going to be doing that. So it feels like this energy of being used, like, or someone might have this spiritual plan of using another one for a leg up. Okay, because it's definitely what I'm hearing. Like, I'm worried the fact that people are gonna use me spiritually for a heads up of like getting further in the field without me physically giving my permission to do so. So it might be around things that have been taken from you. Now for some of you it might be a child, because Liam Neeson, so the name Liam, or L, anybody begin with L, Elijah, or Lee, okay, but like anybody begin with L, okay, Lucy or Lucifer, something also to do around maybe a Capricorn, okay, or Liz, okay, but like Lindsay also, but like, you know, I'm worried the fact that something is going to be taken from me. Now it could have been a child, and it could have been a deceased loved one or so, is what I'm hearing, because it seems to have turned my job sector upside down. Like everything seems to have gone upside down at the moment, okay, and I can't seem to pull myself together. Okay, Heather also, Heather or Haley or Henry also, okay, but something seems to be going wrong, okay, and I feel like I might be forced out to do something different, okay, for a lot of you. It could be this way, you're just getting completely and utterly fed up, Libra, with what you're doing at this time. Something that's very monotonous, you know. People believe that tarot card readings is probably one of the best job descriptions that you can ever get. And believe you me, it's great having my gift. I wouldn't trade it for the fucking world, right? But I can assure you it can also be very monotonous and very tedious, because you do the same thing every single day, just like everybody else does, okay? But, you know, it's something spiritual here that might be driving someone to the point where they become a recluse of work. Like, all I do is concentrate on work all of the time. Try to stay out the way of everybody. Okay, let's see. From the 14th until the 21st for Libra. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles, there you go. So a work addiction also. So I'm addicted to dick, or I'm addicted to work, okay? I'm also saying Rich or Richard, okay? But like, I'm addicted to something, and it might be money. It might be finding something stable in my life. It could be a house, it could be a job, but again, someone's money sector is definitely coming up, like, you know, being questioned and being asked at work about, like, you know, can you do some more hours? And you're like, well, fuck, I do enough hours anyway. And you're like, yeah, well, like, you know, can you swap hours with me, and I'll swap hours with you, and I'll do your shift and you do mine? Because I definitely keep picking up that people that might be doing like 12-hour shifts, and by the time you're finished, or people around your work are getting really frustrated with someone not listening to them. And it might be, look, you know, I've asked you to do this for me and you can't do it. Why can you not do that job? Why can't you do that? Because I've asked you to do it. You've been here long enough. You should be able to do it now. Something like that, right? Or I've been doing this long enough that things should really be picking up, but they're not. And I'm so frustrated that I've been doing it long enough. But is something going on around work, Libra. I really do keep picking that up for a lot of you. Some of you are really not interested in a spiritual relationship where you're like, you know, fuck this twin flame bollocks. You know, it really isn't designed to what I thought it would be, which it isn't, you know. I mean, I'm doing a lot of talks like that with my actual girlfriend, or twin flame, soulmate, whatever you'll call it. But like, we're doing a lot of talks of those. We're going to be, anyway. But we're doing a lot of talks on triggers, emotional triggers, arguments that we've had, what have caused them, the split up and the breakup that was like every 3 days we were breaking up and splitting up, and then the problems that are caused by the parents finding out that, you know, it's their fault, it's your fault, it's their fault, we've split up again, or what's he done, or what's she done, and then the after effect that can take from you of then trying to, when you get back together, other people not agreeing the fact that you're doing something, right, spiritually or with a relationship. Yeah, so we're going to talk about all those if you're interested, but at the moment we're basing it off comedy, really. Divine comedy. Also hearing divine, living in the UK, but I heard divine comedy also, divine comedy, which is a band, right? The National Express, something to do around a train or a ticket, but like the National Express or the National, Abbey National is also a bank. Abbey, Abbott, Abigail, Abs. Some of you it might be around the gymnasium, but John, Jan, Jan also. Jan, you right, Jans? Jans. Glandular fever, something to do around fever, glandular, Angela. Anyway, so from the 14th to the 21st, don't worry about the channel stuff, Libra. We'll get to what your actual reading will be about when we take it back to the generic Curb and Fish. For a lot of you, exactly the same as what you've been doing for a while. You've had an extremely controlling ex that you've had children with. All the same as what on before. If you haven't gone to court yet, you're waiting for it. If you're expecting a person to change without you doing that, it's not going to happen. You've got to wait for your court date. And if you haven't been to court, or you haven't been to social services, then you need to get yourselves moving. And if you're not thinking about doing that, but you're just sitting back watching, waiting for change, then you're very much mistaken. Scorpio really doesn't really represent change. They change when they want to, okay? So you can fight this person till hammer and tongue. And if you piss them off that much, that you've added that much pressure to them, it's like falling on deaf ears, that you're not going to get anywhere with this person by just watching them, by worrying and thinking, well, you know what, there are things on my mind that I want to speak to you about, but I'm not going to say it. And this could also be a friend as well, right? A friend in weed is a friend with deed, and a friend in deed is better when you deal with Dan, Danielle, Dan, D's nuts. But like, you know, I've got something on my mind about a friend or someone or a client or someone at work that's not pulling their weight, and they're not listening and they're not doing anything. And you know what, Tyrone, I'm getting quite pissed off with me getting all of your workload and you not doing anything about it, or you getting all of my clients and no one else is. Something like that, and like things being given to, like, because I mean, if I'm honest, Libra, I'm kind of picking this up as some of you, and I have to be honest, that some of your friends are starting to get very pissed off and like be around you that may or may not be for your highest good, because this is energy here of being stubborn, arrogant and not listening about your work, okay? And if this is a refusal of being able to work, okay, and your friends are kind of saying, look, you know what, this really isn't fucking fair. You get all of the best stuff, or you get all the best doing all of that, and you get away with murder, but unless it's murder on the dance floor, or it's physical court and murder itself, but I'm hearing murder, 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 marada, maradam, aralam, makalam, maradam, makalam. I don't know what that's, valasakalam or whatever they say. So let's do that. Alaka, Al, Ali, or Alaka. So the name, Erica, Alaka, something like that. I don't know. But here I'm really picking up that somebody gets frustrated by working and money and getting pissed off at work and starting to tell the other person that they're not pulling their weight, okay? So all the workload may be given to you. But if I'm honest, I'm hearing someone having a private word with a boss and saying, look, okay, I really am, like trying to manipulate the boss, because this is the boss. This would be the person that owns it, the company, the business, the management, okay? And I'm hearing like I am on good terms with the boss, or I'm on like friends are worried about saying, look, if we can't tell you ourselves, okay, then I'm going to have to go to a higher management to say something. So something like that. But it's also intimidating this friend, because I'm picking up that somebody wants to say something but they won't, okay? So it might be where it's kind of like, well, we'll just let you carry on doing all of that then, because you're not really pulling your weight, you're really not doing anything. So something like that, like worried about saying something, okay? I don't know where your love life is. Well, I think that's gone to shit, Libra, but I think that's pretty much given, right? Let it all be forgiven. Some of you might like my angel radio. So show me the other person, please, connected to Libra at this time. The other person connected to Libra from the 14th. So the Wheel of Fortune, dealing with the karmics, the karmic, the divine masculine, divine feminine. Some of you all up into that business. It's really the same as this, really. This could be the divine masculine. This is also yourselves. You've fought each other that much that you've both appeared up as the same. Divine masculine, okay, which is you're not speaking, you're not talking, you're spiritually connected to someone that has treated you like shit. You've also gone through the wash. This is like being in a washing machine and just or washing money. So okay, so I'm hearing like someone could be washing back crack or smack, okay, or washing back money, okay, holding back the years. So I'm going to hold all of your money back, okay, until the end of the year and the month, and then we're going to rip you off by not letting you know the fact that we went through this before with you, Libra, where there was a company that holds your money back, okay, and doesn't pay you enough. And they hold it back. Unless you're really good at mathematics, then you want to start adding up your what you're owed here, because there's something of like, my bills are not adding up, or my wage packet is not adding up, and some of it's missing, and I daren't say anything to my boss. And if you are a Libra boss and you've done this, then there's some kind of manipulating one's energy of clients here or something like that by like not telling people how much we truly give them. Okay, because I really do picking up like there's some kind of shady deals around some people getting paid more wages and some people not, and then also some people getting more hours and the other people not, meaning like you're getting all of the overtime and I'm not getting any overtime, or you always give me all of the overtime and I'm getting fucking sick to death of the 12-hour shifts. Why can't he do it, or why can't she do it? Because you always do it. Yeah, I know, but it's because you always ask me, but you don't never really ask them. Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie. You never really ask me. You always ask them, or you always ask them, but every time I do it, the other person doesn't. Why can't you give that job to them? Why can't you do that? Okay, so I really do keep picking up there's something that's being argument or Ahmed, the name Ahmed, okay, here around work. I really do, around your work. Obviously violated by an ex, like karmically with children, possibly still having to go to court, still going through the same thing here. Okay. Because I keep picking up that money is being filtered through a business. Meaning like someone, I mean me for instance, I own this business, right? So when I pay all my taxes and everything at the end of the year, obviously I know what I can and can't buy, like cameras, goes through the business because it's electrical business, it's involving electric, okay? So you get money off electricity and everything else, and phones and cameras and stuff like that. But some people, they have businesses where they wash money through a business that they don't own, and sometimes that can be like people that sell weed, or people that like do drug dealing and stuff like that, and they earn illegal money, which means that you can be paid cash under the table, but that cash comes from somewhere, okay? So sometimes some people, they have another business and they just put it under an alias to say, okay, I'm going to put this business under an alias, I don't actually do anything about that, but that's where all the washed money goes, is because I have that business that I don't actually have. Okay. So a lot of people in the UK used to do a lot of that, and any of you out there just sitting in the background want to knock and say, I do, you fucking don't know what you're on about, but I definitely keep picking up like some kind of like under the table dealing of like money going through a business and being washed through the business and not being told fairly and distributed between company owners and company business and policy, okay, or the name Paula or Pucci or Pisces, okay. Let's see, so show me the other person connected to Libra, please. Show me the other person connected to Libra. I mean, it might be just a business where you get cash, like you get cash yourself, like I was definitely hearing Cassandra, or yeah, you're right, but like Cassandra or Cassie or something like that. Some of you, this is just equivalently the same. You're still connecting with the ex. If I didn't show you, it's because you've got Saturn in reverse here, the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you it's just involving clients or children or your family here for the other person. Show me the other person. So this is like where people say that the karmic person of the bitch that used, like my husband or wife used to have children with, blah blah blah. I've got an ex with children and blah blah blah, and they cause all of the fucking havoc between me and my family and me and my, like, and they just manipulate us and everything else, and we're in a spiritual connection, and it's really involving the ex and the children of the fathers, the sugar mama, sugar daddy type sort of things. And like, I've had children, blah blah blah, but I had it with an ex-narc and everything else, and they do nothing but make my life hell and all of that, right? Okay, Libra, sorry we had a malfunction in the camera, so I'm probably not going to use this anymore. It's probably a good time in order to go over to Patreon, because I don't know what's going on with the footage. So if you want to continue on with your reading, as normal, it will be provided below in the Show More section, in the Show More full access bundle only. Okay, please make sure you also join the vlog if you're interested, because it's really fun. You can find it in the comments section, the Show More section, and also on the discussion page. And it's a new channel. Please make sure you also subscribe if you want to. But we're going to do more cards here, clarify more cards here on the actual other camera, okay, and then clarify them, give you two separate stories, and then also thoughts and feelings, and what your person's plans are, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're going through, and how they see the situation at hand also, okay. That's what you get on the full access bundle. You can find that provided in the link provided below with everything else that you may want. We're also going to be going traveling because we've booked it, and we're going this weekend, so there's going to be a load of vlogs that are put up around Blue John Mines, Castleton, like really nice scenic places, traveling, comedy, everything. We're going to put loads in this next one, but there's a new one over there. Hope you enjoy the vlogs also. Thanks very much, Libra, and I'll hopefully see you on Patreon.